Bayerische Motorenwerke. Did that brand name sound familiar to you? What you just heard was the German name for Bavarian Motor Works. Yes, we're talking about the automobile giant, which is part of the German automobile industry's big three, BMW. Upon hearing the word BMW, you must be picturing a luxury sedan like the 7 Series, a sports coupe like the Z4, or even a performance SUV like the X5. But would you believe us if we said that BMW initially started off making airplane engines? The story of this company dates all the way back to 1913 and a man named Karl Rapp. Karl Rapp was an aircraft engineer and technical designer who set up a humble company by the name of Rapp Motorenwerke, which translates to Rapp Motor Works. Rapp's aim with the company was to build and sell engines of all kinds, but particularly internal combustion engines for aircrafts. So even though Karl Rapp didn't officially establish the BMW we've known to know and love today, he's still credited as the indirect founder of the company. What happens next is what sets the base for the company. After being unsuccessful at managing the company and due to the worsening of his health, Karl Rapp decided to resign from his own company in 1917. At this point, the Fahrzeugfabrik Otto company merged with Rapp's company, and hence Bayerische Motorenwerke, or BMW, was born. For any company or brand, a memorable logo is crucial. Logos create a brand impression, fosters brand loyalty, and gives you something to separate yourself from your competition. When the BMW brand was created, the management of the company was compelled to come up with such a logo. What they ended up with was the renowned 4-quadrant blue and white logo that is still in use today, although with some minor changes. The logo housed the colors of the Bavarian flag. Through BMW's marketing campaigns later down the years, people interpreted the logo to represent a flying propeller, which is a pretty apt logo for a then airplane engine manufacturer. Following its rebranding, BMW developed its first legitimate product, the BMW 3A engine aircraft. The 3A was an inline, 6-cylinder water-cooled beast that was ahead of its time. The engine was a massive success and gained popularity for 2 reasons: its fuel economy and its high-altitude performance. Owing to these factors, the German armed forces placed multiple orders for the 3A engines. At the time, BMW was a relatively small company, and the sheer size of these orders was overwhelming for the company to handle alone. However, with the help and practical support of German government officials, the company was able to rapidly expand and even set up a new factory near its existing manufacturing unit. From 1918 to 1923, BMW went through a pretty tough phase. After the Central Powers lost the First World War, BMW had to cease its manufacturing of airplane engines as part of the Treaty of Versailles that Germany had to sign. BMW would then go on to produce disparate items like farming equipment, railway brakes, and other household items just to stay in business. However, in 1920, the company was sold to Knorr Bremse AG. One of the company's financiers, Camillo Castiglione, acquired engine production, the workforce, production facilities, the company name, and the company logo for 75 million Reichsmarks, and there was hope for the company. But as the Second World War grew closer, the light at the end of the tunnel started getting brighter for BMW. With German rearmament in the 1930s, there was a huge demand for aircraft engines by the Luftwaffe, which was the aerial warfare branch of the German armed forces during World War II. BMW established a new factory on the outskirts of Munich and started manufacturing aircraft engines once again. Some of the most famous engines that the company designed at that time included the BMW 003 turbojet, the BMW 801 air-cooled engines, and the BMW 132. The company would go on to produce a whopping 30,000 aero engines through 1945. All this talk about BMW's aircraft engines is pretty cool, but when does the company actually start making what it makes today? Well, in 1923, BMW finally started selling motorcycles under the brand name BMW Motorrad. Its first motorcycle was the BMW R32, which featured a boxer twin-engine design. This was the motorcycle that started the legacy for BMW, and BMW still produces high-end motorcycles to this day. If you're enjoying the video so far, we appreciate you liking this video and subscribing to the channel to never miss out on future uploads just like this one. With that done, let's now get into how BMW entered the automobile industry. Everything turned around for BMW when the company acquired Automobilwerk Eisenach, another German car manufacturer, in 1928. BMW's first production car would be the BMW 315, which was essentially a rebranded version of Automobilwerk Eisenach's Dixie 315. After multiple efforts and failing to design a new front axle design for its vehicles, BMW finally found success with its automobile unit in 1932. The iconic BMW 320 was released, and this was BMW's first independently designed vehicle. If there's one characteristic design element that sets BMW cars apart from the competition today, it has to be the historic kidney grille design. This kidney grille design was first introduced in the BMW 303, which was a four-cylinder vehicle and was the large successor to the 320. The company would go on to produce more vehicles like the 327 Coupe, the 328 sports car, and the 335 luxury sedan till 1941. Bad luck would strike the company once again as the Second World War came to an end. The BMW factories in East Germany were barred from manufacturing vehicles by the then Soviet Union. At the same time, the factories in West Germany were heavily bombed as an aftermath of the war, and the manufacturing unit in Munich was completely destroyed. However, in 1948, the company started the resumption of vehicle production under the Bristol brand, which made vehicles for Britain as part of official war reparations. Dark days don't last forever, and they definitely didn't for BMW. The company's first automobile came in the form of the BMW 501 luxury sedan. Though the vehicle was never a commercial success due to its mind-boggling price and sluggish design, the vehicle still served the purpose of restoring BMW's status as an exciting automobile manufacturer. By now, BMW had realized that they had to make more affordable cars. Enter the BMW 600, a 600cc four-seat family car that looked to compete with its fellow German automobile competitor, Volkswagen's Beetle. However, the Beetle was larger in size than the BMW 600, while also delivering more power, and hence the BMW 600 couldn't sell past 35,000 units. BMW then went on to take inspiration from another one of its German counterparts, Mercedes, and launched the BMW 507, which was a two-seat roadster, and the BMW 503, which was a four-seat Grand Tourer. Once again, exorbitant prices meant that these vehicles wouldn't sell much. By 1959, the company was losing a lot of money. None of their vehicles were selling enough to make them manageable profits. Shockingly enough, Dr. Hans Feith, who was the then chairman of the company's supervisory board, even proposed a merger with Daimler-Benz. If this deal was to go through, BMW as a company wouldn't exist today. The dealers and shareholders of the company opposed this idea, and the merger didn't go through, thankfully. BMW knew that they couldn't survive like this, and so in 1960, they came up with a development program called the New Class. The result of this project was the BMW New Class sedans introduced in 1962, which were four-door sports sedan, which is often credited for keeping the company alive. For the first time since World War II, BMW shareholders could earn a dividend from their stocks. From 1968 onwards, the company developed its vehicle lineup and introduced vehicles like the 3 Series, 5 Series, and 7 Series that we know very well of today. BMW wasn't done, however. Having a strong desire to manufacture sportier cars, the company collaborated with Italian sports car giant Lamborghini, and in 1978, the BMW M1 was launched. This was the first vehicle of the BMW M line, which has today evolved into the company's motorsport division. In 1985, the historic BMW M3 was launched, a car that is still beloved by motor enthusiasts all over the world. As the years went on, the company went on to acquire the British Rover Group in 1994, which means the Rover, Land Rover, Mini, and the MG brands. However, the company could only hold it for a mere 6 years due to financial struggles, eventually selling off the other companies while retaining only Mini. BMW also went on to acquire the British ultra-luxury automobile manufacturer Rolls-Royce in 1998. In 2005, the company also released its first-ever SUV, the BMW X5, which was critically acclaimed and was a huge commercial success. Another iconic vehicle from BMW was the i8, introduced in 2004, which was the company's first hybrid electric sports car. Today, BMW is at the pinnacle of automobile manufacturing and innovation. The brand is synonymous with luxury and sports, and is part of the three greatest German automobile manufacturers, the other two being Volkswagen and Mercedes. The company competes both domestically and internationally as one of the best in the industry. Have you owned any BMW vehicles, or do you plan on buying one? Let us know in the comment down below. Do check out our other videos too.